Am I the idiot for telling my friend's boyfriend she cheated? I really gotta know because I'm getting a lot of stick for this right now from my friend group and my older sister. Fake names. Context: my group and I went out to eat 2 weeks ago, and after that we went clubbing. Anna, the cheater, disappeared from the group for about 15 minutes. We were concerned but not surprised because she's known for disappearing to the dance floor when clubbing. At the same time, there's the never leave a girl alone rule, so we went on a proper manhunt for her where we found her with a group of boys and 2 girls on the second floor. I'm gonna skip forward. A couple of my friends and this group of boys were hitting it off. Keep in mind this group was very suggestive. They had been from the start, so me, Beth and Kathy, girls my group, were confused as to why Anna was with them in the first place. We all go to the same train station and suddenly Anna and one boy walk off, with no explanation. Like I look up and they're just rushing off without a word. Without too much explanation we heard noises and giggles. She yelped at one point, and she answered our "Babe, are you okay?" Texts with, "Yeah, babe, back in a sec." Having a cigarette X, which meant she was lying to us, yet we all knew. Needless to say, none of us were surprised. She's always been suggestive with other men while in a relationship. I don't want anyone thinking we left a drunk girl to be taken advantage of either. She drunk the least out of all of us as she's on a tolerance break anyway. This has been a common misconception when I tell people. So back to the title, I told her boyfriend. I told him everything the same way I told you guys, with no sugarcoating. While telling him I felt genuinely scared and sick because I know word would go around that I told him, but that's because we've been close for years as we all collectively went to the same school. Since then, I've had nothing but backlash, including from my sister who told me I should have minded my business, and everyone cheats, so why would I fuck up my best friend like that? Beth and Kathy seem to support me to my face and backchat about me being a pick-me. I'm really conflicted now, because when I first told him I thought I did the best thing I could and it was better he found out, but now I'm wondering if it would have been better if I kept my mouth shut and let him live in ignorance. Anyway, opinions? Comment 1. I love your sister's line of "everyone cheats." Oh honey. Good people don't cheat on their significant others, and neither do people who believe in committed relationships. Personally, I think you may have violated the girl code about not snitching, but at the same time, I would want to know if my so was cheating. It's true you didn't literally see her kissing or in bed with someone else, but there was a strong implication that something was going on. Do I really think you're the Not really, no, but maybe you should have talked to cheater before going to her BF about what you saw and how you felt about it. I have to say NTA, because girls that believe cheating is okay honestly wreck good men for the rest of us, and the same goes the other way honestly. Maybe next time, however, talk to friend first before BF. Comment 2. But your friends and sister sound kinda crappy. One is blatantly cheating in front of you and lying about it while expecting you to keep quiet. Two are pretending to support you while talking shit behind your back, and your sister is outright berating you and saying shit like, "Everybody cheats," which is something people only say when they're trying to justify their own bad behavior. Why do you hang out with these people? They sound exhausting. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not defending my sister after my husband said, "Good luck, you'll need it marrying her," to her fiancé? My husband used to get along with my family until my sister falsely accused him of cheating on me. He understandably doesn't like her anymore, but he's usually civil towards her. My sister recently announced her engagement, and while everybody congratulated her, my husband turned to her fiancé and said, "Good luck, you'll need it marrying her." I was shocked he would say something like that, especially in front of my parents, but I never said anything as I didn't want to fight with him in front of everybody. My sister kept giving me a look like she expected me to say something, and when I didn't, she yelled at him herself. I made us leave because I could see us being there wasn't helping the situation. My sister has been texting me about what happened, mostly to take digs at my husband. She gets angry every time I ask her to stop and thinks I'm siding with him when he was in the wrong. Things have gotten worse after I told her I wouldn't be going wedding dress shopping with her, as she's blaming my husband for that too. She sent him some messages directly, and he fanned the flames by saying he wouldn't let me go and she would be lucky if we even attended the wedding. I've spoken to my husband and asked him to stop making things worse. He has agreed to stop responding to her, but she wants me to make him apologize and to agree to visit when she wants to go wedding dress shopping to prove I'm not siding with him, which I can't do. Comment 1. I'm impressed that he's usually civil to her. After that, I wouldn't want to be in the same room as her, wouldn't stop her from seeing her sister, but I would make it clear if they want to meet, not in the house I live in. Edit, typo, sometimes I really hate autocorrect. Comment 2. Based on the way the rest of the sentence is written, that was my interpretation, as it'd otherwise be unnecessary to add the specification about not meeting at his home. Definitely a typo somewhere though. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for not sharing knowledge while splitting an inheritance, causing my sister to get a worse deal? My mother loved fashion and really enjoyed dressing up. Her passion definitely inspired me to pursue a career in fashion, and I currently work for a luxury jewelry designer. My sister, Ashley, on the other hand, went a more traditional route. She's always looked down on me, starting even from high school when I was preparing my portfolio for art school, making comments about how I get to color, while she had to do actual work, like study maths. This behavior has never really changed, which has caused us to be somewhat estranged. Anyways, before passing, my mother brought Ashley and I together to her safety deposit box to split up her jewelry. Ashley immediately wanted the biggest blingy pieces. This is where I may have been in. I let her fighting me for it, knowing that she was arguing over costume jewelry. My mother had a select few pieces of fine jewelry that were more dainty, so I let my sister think that I was getting the smaller leftover pieces. She's always been preoccupied with getting the biggest and best for herself all our lives, so I let her think she was doing the same now. Fast forward to today, I was wearing one of my mother's pieces at my aunt's birthday party. She began to reminisce over the piece. I guess they bought it together, and it slipped out just how valuable the piece was. My sister overheard and was livid. She insisted on going through my pics and wanted to resplit up the pieces. I said no, and she had a meltdown at the birthday party. Our brother said I was an for using my knowledge as a jeweler against family, but he always takes her side, so I'm taking the issue here for a different opinion. I normally wouldn't care, but now a bunch of family is poking their noses into it, and I'm feeling torn between how I feel and what others are saying about me. Please help. Comment 1. If sister had wanted to split things equally, she would have gotten everything appraised. Instead, she insisted on getting the big pieces, presumably because she thought that bigger was better. She got what she wanted, no retrading. OP, make sure your stuff is locked down and that sister can't access it and redistribute it without your consent. Consider getting it insured. ETA, one other important point, this was all done while mom was alive and in your presence. Therefore, these were either gifts from mom, if you took possession before her passing, or specific inheritances that were blessed by the deceased before passing. Either way, that makes the split much more final. Comment 2. Exactly. And further point, again, mom was there. If mom had had any objections about OP taking all the more valuable pieces, she could have voided the decision and made sis aware that she was screwing herself over and made them repick. Either mom thought sis knew what she was taking, or knew she didn't have a clue and wouldn't appreciate nice jewelry for anything other than a quick buck at a jewelry broker. Now for the next story. Am I the idiot for telling my sister she can't attend my wedding after the stunt she pulled? I 22F am getting married in September later this year. My 20F sister was invited. However, after what she did, I revoked her invite. Let me explain. My sister and I have had a rocky relationship for the past couple years. About 3 months ago, I tried moving on and fixing the relationship. Things were good for a while. We talked, hung out, and even FaceTimed almost every day. She even bought my wedding bouquet as a gift. Recently she asked for my help with an errand. I said yes, as I was in town running errands anyway. When I dropped off what she needed, she asked if I would send the money back to her account that was left over. I said yes, of course, because it was no big deal. However, she was pressuring me to hurry up and send it. When doing this, I got frustrated and hit the wrong account and hit send. Keep in mind it was $30. I explained to her that I sent it to a friend's account and would send her the money the next day, Because the banks were closed, it was Sunday. After I explained my mistake and apologized, she proceeded to yell at me and call me a liar. I left to go home to put away groceries I had in my car. By the time I had got home, she had called me 26 times. I finally answered when I pulled into the driveway and she started screaming at me and telling me she wanted the flowers back she bought for my bouquet or $100 cash. I explained that I didn't have to give those back as they were a gift. I reminded her that her $30 would be back in her account in the morning. She ended up driving to my house with my fiancé and his entire family there and started screaming at me and accusing me of cheating on my fiancé with his best friend. Showing my fiancé's family pictures from my fiancé's birthday party. It was a picture of me, my fiancé and his best friend sitting together. I want to add that I love my fiancé and we are very happy together. I have never not will I ever cheat. I'm not that kind of person. In the midst of her yelling and saying crazy things, my neighbor walked out and tried to resolve the issue. My sister proceeded to call him dumb and my best friend fat. My neighbor handed her $100 cash so she would leave. After leaving, she proceeded to message me and my fiancé's family on Facebook more lies. I got irritated and told her she couldn't attend the wedding. I was here broken and hurt. I worked so hard to make things better. Why would she go to these lengths over $30? Why would she disrespect me in front of my fiancé and family? I am not sure if I am wrong for taking away the invite, so I need to know. Comment 1. Yep. I was a functioning alcoholic and my son's dad is an addict who is currently in jail. Employment and the ability to maintain it while in addiction makes a huge difference. I mean, we might go bankrupt, but we generally harm ourselves more than others if we don't have children, if we are functioning. Comment 2. Yeah. But an addict who was desperate for dope wouldn't buy the flowers in the first place, or put themselves in a situation where they needed to be sent the money back. It's still possible because she's so young and dumb and hasn't figured out how to manage her money, or she's doing those things to cover up the fact she's using. All in all, she just sounds like a complete shitbag, low life who will end up alone and miserable with that kind of behavior. Edit. Also, I was thinking that if it was drugs and she got her money, that she would stop the tirade after the neighbor gave it to her and be on her merry way. Thanks for watching Emma's Story Central. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing for daily uploads. It really helps the channel grow and allows me to make better content. You can also check out yesterday's video by clicking on the screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.